Did you ever hear about the boastful hare who challenged a steady tortoise to a race? In the heart of a verdant forest, this unlikely duo lived. The hare, known for his swift agility, was the talk of the woodland. His quicksilver speed was unrivaled. On the other hand, the tortoise, slow as molasses but as determined as a mountain climber, was admired for his unwavering perseverance. One sun-soaked day, the hare's arrogance got the better of him. He boasted about his speed, his sharp words mocking the tortoise's sluggish pace. But the tortoise, not one to be easily ruffled, felt a spark of irritation at the hare's haughty demeanor. In a surprising turn of events, the tortoise threw down the gauntlet, challenging the hare to a race. The hare, brimming with overconfidence, accepted without a second thought. And so, the stage was set for an unlikely race between the fastest and the slowest creatures of the forest. As the race commenced, the hare, true to his reputation, dashed ahead. With each leap, he carved out a significant distance between himself and the tortoise, his swift movements leaving only a blur in the air. His speed was truly awe-inspiring, a spectacle that had the forest's inhabitants in absolute wonder. His confidence surged with every stride, his laughter echoing through the forest, a testament to his absolute certainty of victory. And then, with the tortoise barely visible in the distance, the hare decided to indulge in a luxurious nap. He nestled under a leafy canopy, his chest heaving with laughter at the thought of the tortoise still plodding along at his snail's pace. Why rush, he thought, when he could enjoy the sunshine, the cool breeze, and still win the race with time to spare? It was a perfect plan, he mused, as he drifted into a peaceful slumber. Meanwhile, our slow but steady tortoise had a different strategy in mind. While the hare snoozed under a tree, the tortoise trudged along, undeterred by his slow pace. With a quiet resolve in his heart, he moved forward, each deliberate step echoing his determination. His journey was not marked by bursts of speed, but by a steady perseverance that never wavered. He didn't allow the daunting distance to deter him, nor the mocking laughter of the hare that still echoed in his ears. His eyes remained focused on the path ahead, his heart beating in sync with his unwavering resolve. The tortoise believed in the power of patience, in the strength of resilience. He knew that the race was not just about speed, but about endurance, about the ability to keep going, no matter what. His pace was slow, but his spirit was unbroken. As the sun began to descend in the sky, casting long shadows on the path, the hare awoke with a start. Rubbing his eyes, he looked around in disbelief. There, in the distance, he saw the tortoise, nearing the finish line. His heart pounded in his chest, his overconfidence replaced by a sinking feeling of dread. In a panic, the hare sprinted towards the finish line, but it was too late. His fast and furious dash was no match for the tortoise's slow and steady journey. The race, it seemed, had taken an unexpected turn. Against all odds, the tortoise, slow and steady, crossed the finish line first. The forest, once filled with the lively chatter of animals and the rustling of leaves, fell into a stunned silence. The tortoise, the least likely to win in the eyes of all, had proven them wrong. His plodding steps, quiet determination, and unwavering focus had led him to an unlikely victory. The hare arrived seconds later, panting and bewildered. His overconfidence had been his downfall. He had underestimated the tortoise, believing that speed was the only factor that mattered in the race. But he was wrong. The tortoise had shown that perseverance, not speed, was the key to success. The animals of the forest watched in awe as the tortoise, with a gentle smile on his face, accepted his victory. The birds chirped a melody of admiration, the squirrels clapped their tiny paws, and the rest of the forest joined in the celebration. They had learned an invaluable lesson that day, a lesson that would be passed down from generation to generation. It's not always the fastest or the strongest who win the race, but those who remain steady and focused, who never give up despite the odds. The tortoise, with his slow pace and big heart, had taught them this truth. And that, dear friends, is how the tortoise taught us that slow and steady wins the race.